Cup continues. Shawn Townsend on parallel bars with a 9.6. Before we took that break, 9.6 on the parallel bars for Shawn Townsend should move him up from that 5th place position. And next up, Tasha Schweikert on beam. She is the leader after 2 rotations in the women's competition.
And believe me, she loves to be in this position. This is exactly what she's here for. She wants to win the American Cup. You know, it brings a smile to my face to remember just 2 years ago, and Tim, I'm sure it'll do the same for you, when she was just this young athlete, inexperienced, went through the American Cup series, placed 4th at the American Cup, and then found herself on the Olympic team. So much has happened to her world in 2 years.
And they say you got to be in the right place at the right time. That first American Cup qualifier was in Las Vegas. That's where Tasha was from. One of the reasons she got the call, because it was somewhat last-minute replacement.
She was always the replacement athlete and came through.
She's a junior at Centennial High School in Las Vegas, a 4.0 student.
I'm sure she is surprising her coach as well as herself, but can't say enough about her fierce competitiveness. She has been rock solid. She has not even wavered on any element, just her dismount left.
Tasha Schweikert continues to apply the pressure to the women's field.
That was good. All right, a little safety, but you left her. Good job. Face up. That's how we go.
There is the national coordinator, Marta Caroli. Took over the reins from the last quadrennium from her husband, Bella Caroli, of course.
Made you feel good. Okay, Tosh. Good.
I like smiling.
That's what I was like. Thanks a lot. That was a good dismount.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay. Oh my God.
Coach Beth Rybecki.
Thank you.
Next up will be Jordan Yovchev on the parallel bars. Came into this rotation tied with Hom. He needs 9.351 here to pull ahead of Paul Hom.
Tim, he said he was going to do a move for you.
Actually doesn't come until right here. Bends his arms a little bit. Very difficult release element. This is a place where Jordan in the past struggled. Oh God. Wow. That is just a gigantic error.
Not to mention, ouch.
He was debating whether or not he would do that.
In a pike position.
His shoulders leaned straight back, and he is nowhere near rotated enough.
How did he keep from dislocating his shoulder?
Yeah, one of the strongest athletes in gymnastics. and then he jumps up and does that again. Yeah,
too much.
Yeah, I do not know how he got back up on the parallel bars. You have 30 seconds once you fall off to get back up again. I don't know how he took a shot like that. Those bars are hard, and he landed, on top of that, he landed right over the uprights, so there's no bend in the bar at all. And that is a huge opportunity for Paul Hom.
And a courageous routine by Jordan Yovchev from Bulgaria, though he moved to the United States after the Atlanta Games, lives in Norman, Oklahoma.
So he swings down and his shoulders lean back. He doesn't get the height, and if you don't have the height, you don't have time to rotate around. And he's gonna feel that for a long, long time. That's about the worst crash I think I have seen on that element.
And you saw the grimace from Paul Hamm, even though he knew that would leave him alone in first place.
Last year, remember?
And when you do that, you have two huge things that can happen. You can obviously get a major bone bruise, and it could come out of joint.
Courtney Kupets is next on beam.
I'd mentioned earlier about
9.525, excuse me, Elfie. Tasha Schweikert's score on beam.
I'd mentioned earlier, Tom, about these verification camps. These athletes have to be part of these training camps in order to get verified for top international meets such as this, the American Cup. And as I mentioned before, Courtney was the best fit of some of the younger athletes that were at this camp. Marta liked what she saw.
There have been some rumblings on the gymnastics floor. Actually, some coaches and different people involved thought that Crystal Urzlak, maybe from the parquet, should have been invited. Or a Holly Weiss or a Carly Patterson. Marta Caroli told me that this young lady, she's a comer, and she needs it more than they do right now.
Well, she was in third place before that beam routine.
She is handling the pressure extremely well. I guess it helps to know that you didn't quite know what event you were coming to begin with.
Yovchev getting that shoulder taped up that he hit on the parallel bars so violently.
Yeah, this is going to be a very low score. He loses bonus points. He had 2 falls off the apparatus.
And we go straight out that doorway over there and go back there. Let the doctor look at it real quick.
And now we'll see Alexei Nemov on parallel bars. Had the best performance yet today on vault, trying to gain a little momentum.
And I got to tell you that what the parallel bars have really made it difficult for gymnasts like Nemov. He's a bigger, taller gymnast, and most of the skills we saw from Sean Townsend are the giant type skills where you bring in the biggest bonus skills. But if you're too tall, you couldn't do it. FIG went back to the drawing board this year, and they made a good decision. They decided that they would allow the bars to be raised 5 centimeters. That's 1 notch. Not yet, but at the next World Championships, that should take into effect, and it'll give him and a lot of other athletes more opportunity.
The reigning Olympic all-around champion, do you think, he seems to be a little uncertain, but do you think he'll be around for Athens? He would be 28 years old.
I really do. Every time it has been Olympic time for this guy, he looks better than he's ever looked before. It is a punishing sport, though, and he has been landing on his shoulders like that for a lot of years. He still loves the sport, and he's still tremendous at it, but I'm sure at times he dreams about not having to land upside down on those arms one more time.
Kupets sitting with Schweikert. Kupets score on beam, 9.2. And Jordan Yovchev, you saw him with the ice taped on his shoulder after that violent fall on the bars. His score was 7.9. And now on beam from Uzbekistan, 26-year-old Oksana Chushevitna.
She is trying to go for a Guinness World Record, which would be 4 Olympic Games. Started in 1992 with the unified team. Her motivation after that was to represent her country, which is Uzbekistan, in 1996 and 2000. And she would like very much to represent them once more in 2004. Hard to believe she's still here.
She is a mother, has a son at home.
Alishir in name, born in 1999. She's married to Bakadir Kirpanov, an Olympic wrestler. She won the world championship in the vault 10 years apart.
It's unbelievable.
She is just as powerful as she was back then, Tom. It really is remarkable. She is one of the busiest athletes that I have seen. I notice her name on many international events. She's all over the world. It doesn't matter what the event is, she'll go. Showing a whole lot of maturity and ease in her gymnastics.
Oksana needs 9.589 to overtake Tasha Schweikert for first place in the women's side of the competition, and we'll have her score on the beam when we return to the Visa American Cup in Orlando.